Okay, folks, today on That Homeboy Can Cook, we are cooking prime rib. We've seasoned it with a little bit of garlic seasoning, sea salt, and fresh black pepper. We've inserted several slits, and inside each slit, you can kind of see here, we've placed small slithers of garlic. We're going to roast this at 500 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to reduce it to 325 for 15 minutes per pound for a total cooking time. So since I like mine at medium rare, we're going to do it at 15 minutes per pound. This is a 5.5 pound roast. We're looking at about an hour and a half. I have several thermometers in here because you need to check at several different portions. Most cooking sites will tell you the thickest part. I personally prefer to check it at several different locations. So, we'll start roasting now, and we'll check back with you in about 15 minutes. We'll reduce it to 325 and continue cooking. Okay, so 15 minutes has elapsed. We are now going to reduce our temperature to 325 and continue cooking. To give you an idea of what the roast looks like, at this point, as you see, it is starting to get a nice caramelization on top of the crust of the prime rib. The potatoes are inside are just plain new white potatoes that we've seasoned with a little bit of rosemary and actually bacon drippings. And we're going to roast those and baste those approximately every 30 minutes or so. We'll see you in about 30 minutes when we will start. About 30 minutes has passed on our roasting time. During that time, we have kind of par-steamed some Brussels sprouts with a little bit of aromatic water, just water with a little bit of sea salt and some rosemary. Toss it with a little bit of bacon drippings. Now, for you purists, you can skip the par-steaming, but I like my Brussels sprouts a little bit more tender. We're going to add these to the pan that we're roasting our prime rib and our potatoes in. Now, if you're wondering why the uniform nature of the potatoes, it serves no purpose other than for me to remember which potatoes I flipped. So now we're going to place our Brussels sprouts inside the same pan that we're roasting the prime rib and the potatoes in. And every 15 minutes or so, we'll toss these as well to get a little seasoning in. As you see, if you see the thermometer here, our prime rib is around 125, well, actually about 115. So we're getting close to done. About a half an hour more and we'll be done with this portion of the meal. So we'll close this up, let it continue cooking, toss it every now and again, and we will be done with that. To resistance to today's Christmas meal, we're actually going to steam a lobster. I'm going to attempt to put the lobster to sleep. There's many theories on this. I really don't believe any of them. The only reason I'm putting Larry to sleep is so I don't get pinched after I take these rubber bands off. So, the common methods say to hold the lobster upside down and slowly rub along his spine and tail. As you see, his movement is starting to cease. We're going to take Larry after he's fully asleep. I'm going to cut the bands off of him, and I'm going to put him in my master built steamer, and I'm going to steam him. This is a 4.5 pound lobster, so we're going to steam Larry for roughly 23 minutes. Now, I added sea salt, and also just for a little bit of flavor, I put about a half a tablespoon of garlic in there. As you see, Larry has ceased moving. Now we're going to open up our steamer here. We're going to cut off these rubber bands. And the reason we're cutting them off is because you don't want rubber band flavor in your food. I think that kind of woke Larry up a little bit. Put Larry back to sleep. And now we're going to carefully take Larry while he's still upside down, and and we're going to lower him in. And then we'll cook him for 23 minutes. Our prime rib is up. It's at a perfect 135. It's resting. We're going to slice it in a few minutes, about 15, 20 minutes, let it rest. And the reason you want to let it rest is because you want all the juices to redistribute evenly throughout the meat. If you cut it now, it's going to start bleeding all over the place, and that's not appealing to anyone. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to make an au jus. What we have here is about 2 cups of beef broth and about a cup of wine. In that, we have the same dripping that we have in here. We're going to slowly pour this in the pan. And what you want to do is you want to get all those bits of flavoring that was in the bottom. Scrape all that up. And you're just going to reduce this to about half. So that may be about 10, 15 minutes. Once we're done with that, Larry the lobster should be done by then. We'll plate him, and then we'll be done with our meal. The Brussels sprouts and the potatoes are out there in the warmer. And once we're done with our juice, you have it, folks. Roasted prime rib with a little bit of roasted Brussels sprouts and potatoes tossed in rosemary, steamed lobster, clarified butter, and a little bit of rosemary au jus. Happy holidays from 2 Square Caterings, and that homeboy can cook. Hope to see you soon.